Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Talk About It. My name is Anne Wiskus. I'll be your host today, and I am so grateful that you are here and you are joining me. If you are brand new to Talk About It, welcome. It is a post grad center podcast that posts every single Wednesday, and I am so grateful that you are here and you are joining me. Hello, my beautiful friends. As you listen to this episode, it will be Christmas Eve. And boy, do I have a fun topic for you today. I am so excited to talk about this. As you probably heard, if you listened to my last episode, I mentioned how I was kind of doing the holidays out of order, mainly because I knew that this episode was going to end on Christmas Eve, and I wanted that to be a Christmassy episode, okay? I originally had planned to do this episode in my Christmas pajamas with like a holiday drink with a fire in front of my tree, and boy, was the realest thing that happened the chaos of the Christmas holiday, the chaos of any holiday, really. My house is chaotic, okay? We have a bunch of family coming into town, and as mothers do, as my amazing mother does, she's frantically cleaning. Presents are being wrapped. It's just chaos. And I didn't want to postpone this episode. There's days that I need to record it. And so I was just kind of like, let me just do it. And we'll bring the holiday spirit. We'll bring the theme to life, okay, in the best way that we can. I am wearing a huge chunky sweater. There's snow outside. But you guys, how are you? How has your week been? How have things been? I miss you guys. And I know it hasn't been long since you've heard my voice, but it's been long since I've talked to you because the last episode that I recorded is before a weekend that I went on a trip and wasn't able to record the normal way and the routine that I normally do. And so it's been a minute since I've talked to you guys personally, but I'm so excited for this episode. I don't know about you guys, but Christmas is seriously my favorite, if not one of my favorite holidays. There is just such a feeling that I get whenever Christmas comes around. Recently, I've just been driving around and I've honestly felt very bittersweet about Christmas because I love it so much and I hate it when it leaves. There is something so beautiful about Christmas lights everywhere, snow on the ground, just holiday cheer and happiness. And even as I've gotten older, being a part of the gift exchange and the gift giving, era and adulthoodness, if you might say, it's so fun picking out gifts and getting so excited about the reactions that you're going to get from the people that you're going to give it to. I am seriously enjoying that so much. And Christmas has felt the same for me every single year. Even Christmas movies, you get a feeling, songs, you get a feeling. There is something so magical about the feeling of Christmas. However, you guys, there is also such a reality that comes with expectations being super high versus reality being a little lower. I know that whenever you think of Christmas, sometimes that never actually plays out how it's going to actually be and how it actually is in person because there are a lot of things that go behind the scenes. We make it this super magical, this wonderful fantasy in our head, which it is in a lot of ways, but there is a full month of chaos, busyness, stress, everything under the sun that just make it so hard sometimes to enjoy it. And as we get older, that feeling becomes more and more prominent because you have more and more duties. Meaning, if you have a significant other, going to their holidays versus your holidays, fitting in multiple holidays, wrapping gifts for double the people, trying not to spend money, maintaining fond Christmas memories and traditions with yourselves as things around you are changing, fighting seasonal loneliness, fighting seasonal depression. There are so many factors that can make the holidays, specifically Christmas, not feel like they should feel, not feel, as some would say, like the movies. There is such a thing as romanticizing the holidays versus living in them. And that's what I want to talk about today. As a 23-year-old, ever since I could remember, I've always loved Christmas. I would say that it's always been one of my favorite holidays for many reasons. I love the food, I love the sweets, I love the nostalgia, the movies, the music. And I think the biggest part of that and the reasons to why that is because of my mother, someone who loves Christmas. She decorates the first day that she can, gets the tree up the second she can, listens to Christmas music and just sings it at the top of her lungs. She does dances, she dresses in velvet pants and sequin tops and chrome shoes. She's literally an elf in real life. She has so much Christmas spirit. And I think growing up, it's always been something that I have replicated in a lot of ways because it's just always been such a fun reality to step into. I've always loved it. It's always been something that I look forward to every single year. And especially being a Christian, there's also the atmosphere of my faith being a major part to why I love Christmas, because Christmas Day is, of course, the day that Jesus was born. And so that brings another element of nostalgia and love and gratefulness and celebration into the air for me during this season. But there is such a reality of how hard the Christmas and the holiday season can be. It's statistically known that Christmas time is one of the craziest seasons for a lot of people, one of the craziest months. It's busy across the board for every single person that you might talk to. They are running around, they are planning things, they are buying things, they're doing way more than they normally do because they have so much more that they have to fit in. They have so much more they have to get done. They have so much more that they have to execute. There's so much that goes into a season of Christmas, and it often brings a lot of pressure to a lot of us. And I am just now really getting into that world and in that realm of how difficult the holiday season can be. And as a kid, you're a child. You're playing in the snow, you have no care in the world, you have no responsibilities, you're getting all these gifts and these presents, and you're hanging out with family, you're eating sweets all the time, you're staying up late writing notes to Santa Claus and leaving out cookies and milk and writing notes to him. And it's a different level of excitement and wonderfulness for the season. And even though that still is something that you can bring to life as an adult, it's different. It's different because you're spending more than you're receiving. Your schedules are crazier than they were as a kid because you do have responsibilities. And not to mention, life gets in the way and you might not feel like you did when you were 7 years old. But I have 3 major points that I want to talk to today. And that is what living in the holidays actually looks like, and gentle reminders as we are going to that season, rewriting the definition of magical, and avoiding the pressure to perform joy. Here are some friendly reminders as you are experiencing your holidays. There's all this pressure, there's all these expectations for what do we do, how do we fill our time, what should I make, what should I cook, what do people like, what do they not like, did I get them the right gift, is this how we should be spending our one time together as a family? Let things occur as they do. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself and the clock to fit too much into it. Sometimes time together just means the presence of each other. It means just talking. It means silence. It means just being there. Oftentimes, because this is the only season where we all get together, there's this pressure to always do things. I know I feel it with siblings that live in different states and friends that are out of town. There's all this pressure. What are we going to do? How are we going to see each other? What have we not done before that we want to do now and make a new memory of? There's all this pressure to perform and to create these memories. Let the memories happen. Let them be authentic. Know that there should be no pressure to perform. Let things be messy, be quiet, let them be natural, let them be ordinary. Sometimes when we put too much pressure on certain things to occur, we set a standard in our mind thinking that that is the way that the memory is going to be placed. But when you put a fantasy on how other people are going to be in that memory and it doesn't live up to that, then you might not feel like you spent that memory and you created that memory the way that you wanted to create it. There's so much pressure for things and reactions and days to go the way that you want them to go, but when they don't match exactly the way that you want them to go, it feels hard to feel like that was successful. And that's what a lot of us want. We want this holiday season to feel successful. We want to feel filled with food, filled with friends, filled with family. We want to feel like we spent the holidays right and that we got something out of this holiday. Not just gifts, not just anything, time. We all want time. Time with each other, time with ourselves, time in silence. Let things be messy, authentic. Let them be ordinary. Let it be natural. You can plan a couple things, but let things happen as they are. When you put pressure on things, you often think of an expectation that you want to come out of that. And when it doesn't match it, then it doesn't feel as fulfilling. Sometimes, and here's a gentle reminder, sometimes spending time with people during the holidays means just sitting in each other's presence. Might just be laughing over something small. Might be watching a movie, scrolling on TikTok with the person next to you. It might just be spending time together. It might be relaxation. It doesn't mean that just because you have a short time with someone or a short time to create a certain memory, you have to force the memory. No one wants forced memories. The best memories come when they are authentic. Dive into that. Stop putting pressure to create a fantastic memory and let the memories occur. There is magic within this season. I believe it. I think that there is something so magical about Christmas season and the holidays in general. And it can be really easy for that magic to feel like it has died out, especially when you expect the magic in one way. Obviously, the magic doesn't always come with fireworks and candles and balloons and surprises, right? But the magic that we all seek comes from how we feel. And a lot of the times, the way that we feel within the season is chaotic. We feel crazy. We feel like we're losing it. I know I do. And I'm kind of butting into one of my first adult true Christmases. This is like my second or third one that I'm really welcoming myself into. And every year, I'm getting more and more involved in it. And it is hard. It is hard in the busiest moment of the world, this season, okay? It is hard to feel and always bring that magic to life. But sometimes the biggest gift, the biggest blessing, the biggest reminder is just stillness. Sometimes it's not feeling rushed. Sometimes it's just not feeling lonely. Your holidays don't have to be this huge, magical, impressive holiday. Sometimes the real truth about the holiday is truthfully how you spend it and who you're spending it with, which we all know. But even when we're spending it with people we want to spend it with, we put this pressure, this random pressure, that it has to be this huge, gigantic, busy season, this busy week. And it doesn't. Sometimes the magic comes from the simple, simple moments that we often overlook and have to be reminded of. The moments of feeling excited for when your family comes to visit, for feeling excited for someone's reaction to the gift that they're going to get, for feeling excited to go to church on Christmas Eve and see the people and celebrate Jesus. Sometimes it means just watching a movie with the people around you. Sometimes it means baking with your mother and your grandma. Sometimes it means cooking breakfast on Christmas Day in pajamas with everyone. Sometimes it means driving around looking at the lights, listening to Christmas music and screaming the lyrics at the top of your lungs. Sometimes it means just putting on a jacket, going outside and enjoying the cold. You can find magic in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be this huge, grand visualization for everyone to see that it was magical and to force that feeling. Sometimes it is the simple moments and the moments that are in front of us of truly what means and matters the most during Christmas, which is the people and how you spend it. And I know that's such a cliche thing, but as cliche as it is, it's also the first thing that we forget about. We forget about the simple moments because Christmas, in a broad sense of the world, is such a big thing. So many people celebrate it. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, the holiday season is this huge thing in the world. My last point is avoiding pressure to perform joy. And this one is one that I'm experiencing now as I get older and as I do get busier and busier, because it is so hard to always be present and to always be the happiest version of yourself when your life is so chaotic. Now, I'm very content with my life right now. I know a lot of people experience seasonal depression. They experience anxiety and stress and just a lot of uncertainty when the holidays comes around, even loneliness. I mean, I have felt lonely around Christmas for a very long time because everyone in my family has a person. But even when I had a person, I felt very lonely. And bottom line is just it's really easy for people to struggle to be the best version of themselves the entire time. And that is so true. You are not alone in that. I think the biggest thing that I am realizing and that I'm trying to focus on as I go into this holiday season is that joy doesn't have to be loud. Joy doesn't have to be crazy busyness and plans to prove that you have people to see and you have things that you need to do. Sometimes joy is listening to yourself and seeing what you can handle, listening to yourself and being present without having to be too much. As someone who has a really big personality, I find it really hard to spread out my personality and spread out my energy amongst people. I often am really big, and then when I have something after something, I don't have enough energy to go into that event or to see that person or to experience what I'm going to experience. And I've noticed that as I've gotten older, I've gotten better about it and how I spread out my energy, but I never want to be someone whose energy is down here. I always want to be someone who lifts people up and who is energetic and people will laugh with and feel energy. But I'm realizing that sometimes, especially when there's so much chaos, joy doesn't have to be loud. I can neutralize it. Just because I'm not all the way through the roof doesn't mean I'm not joyful for the season. It just means I have more to give to other things as well. You're allowed to be right here. You're allowed to be right here. And I think that there's a pressure that because this is such a rare time where you get so many people together, that you have to feel good when everyone's here. You don't. You don't have to feel like you're through the roof excited and that you're having the best moment of your life right as everyone walks through the door. Even if busyness is not what's stealing your joy during the season, even if it's just hard to find joy right now, that is okay. This season is filled with your loved ones. This season is filled with people who love you and cherish you for you. Stop putting pressure on yourself to perform a certain way for people who already love you for you. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be real. You don't have to sit and sulk in a corner, but you can just hug the people around you and embrace having the people that love you. Because sometimes, even when we don't want to talk about things, sometimes even if you're going through a really hard patch in your life right now, sometimes just having people around you that will love you regardless is all that you need. You don't have to force joy. You don't have to fake it. No one wants that in a season. People want you. So whatever that may look like for you, whatever you're able to give the people around you, whether that's just honesty or whether it's energy, give it to them. Allow them to be there for you, because you're only going to feel more lonely. You're only going to feel more sad or more frustrated with yourself when you hide it all inside and don't let anyone make you feel how loved you are. This was kind of just like a basic holiday episode, but I feel like it's really hard to bring the magic that we feel in the movies and the joy that we feel in the movies to life. We might feel it the minute that we watch it, but then the minute that we turn it down and we shut it off, we're back to facing the real world problems. And it's hard to bring that Christmas joy to real life because of all of the realities that Christmas and the holiday season have. Seriously, all of them have. And I encourage you in this time to pray. I encourage you in this time to pray for that peace, to pray for that joy, to pray for that gratefulness. Whatever you're going through, you are not alone. And whatever you are experiencing right now, there is a God who wants to hear from you. There's a God who wants to love you and who wants to embrace you in this holiday season. Whatever it is that you are going through, whether it is busyness, whether it is struggling for perfection in a season that shouldn't be perfect, whether it is trying to find the magic of the season again, or even just rewriting your joy. There is God. God is here for you. He's here to listen to you. He's here to help you. He's there to hold your hand as you walk through this season. I hope that you liked this episode. It was kind of a different episode, and I know it's not the holiday cheery episode that everyone's trying to listen to get to in the spirit, but I hope that if this is something that you needed to hear, that you enjoyed it and that you related to it and that it allowed you to lift yourself up or even someone that you see this experiencing to because as fantastic as the holidays can be, there is such a hard truth behind them that they could just be so hard. They can just be so hard. And as always, I love you guys. I want to hear from you. If there's something that you want someone to listen to, you want someone to talk to, message me, DM me, let me know. I'm here for you guys because I love you. If you like this episode, let me know and share it with a friend, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. But just know that in this season of loneliness, in the season of chaos and so many emotions and so many feelings and so many expectations, that you are not alone and that I am here for you and that there are a lot of people that love you. So, just a friendly reminder, don't be a stranger. Let me know how you're doing. I want to hear from you guys. But I love you, love you, love you. I will talk to you so very soon. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.